Hi guys, it's your buddy Glasgow here once again. Welcome back to my channel. Just got back in from seeing the sneak peek of the new Power Rangers movie. This is going to be my review. I will have spoilers later part of the video, and I'll let you know. You know how I roll if you watch my movie videos. Now, I have to admit, it was better than I expected it to be. I'm going to give you a little rollback of my timeline. Back when I was younger, when I was in my teens, I was asked by some family members who had my younger cousins to go check the TV show of the Power Rangers out, which this movie is based on the first generation that was brought to America with the dinosaurs and all that. Yeah, because there's controversy around it, about being too violent and stuff like that. So I said, "Yo, Glasgow, go check this out and let us know if you think it's too violent for our kids." Even though, before let them watch it. Then I checked it out. It wasn't bad. I mean, you had the violence, but it was mild compared to what I grew up with in the 80s. So there's nothing bad. That's also how I got into, like, Pokemon games and stuff like that. So, got to see a sneak peek tonight, I should say. And, like I said, pretty good movie. Better than I thought. They really didn't super do it with the special effects like they did with the first movie. They concentrated more on the individual Rangers. You got to learn more. It's more of an adult film. More not for the younger kids, which even though there's a lot of kids there. Well, they about their kids, probably from when they originally seen the Power Rangers, because it's, 21 years old now? No. It's more than that. I think it came out in 93, so yeah, it's almost 25 years old. So, they all came, and I don't know if you want to say it's for young kids. 9 and above would probably be okay. But that's just my opinion. The reason I say it's because some of the stuff is pretty. They push the line on the barrier. Especially since they have Ghost in the Shell as a trailer, one of the previews. And you see her shooting people. So it depends on what you want your child to be seeing. But that wouldn't discourage me from having you go see it. I would still see it if for you as the adult, or a mature individual. The way they promoted upgraded all the character was great. They're basically all, how in the original series they were all the goody two shoes. Well, these guys really aren't the goody two shoes in this one. I mean, they're kind of bad, but they're also good. Pretty interesting. Kind of reminds me about how they did Spider-Man, the first one with Tobey Maguire. On how they get, they discover the powers and everything. They don't ram everything down through. I liked how they did Rita Repulsa. So much better than the television version. I mean, I know that's how television is television, but this was an excellent Rita. She got in there and did the action. She did what the main baddie is supposed to do. She kind of reminded me of Skeletor and He-Man. He had Skeletor would have his minions do fighting, but if Skeletor wanted to go in and kick some ass, Skeletor would go in and kick some ass. And this is what Rita was. She would take on the Power Rangers during the training phase and all that. Sorry about that spoiler, but that's what she did. But yeah, I think it was good. All the actors did a good job. I liked the one who did Jason, Kimberly, Billy, Zach, and Trini. All did good. I don't fault any of them. Zach, I think they did good by giving each one an individual backstory. Even though they kind of mainly, at first, started concentrating on Jason, Billy, and Kimberly, they soon gave equal time to both Trini and Zach as their backstories, which is good. So everyone got in the end, everyone got equal time on the backstory. Great. This does have a mid-scene extra, mid-credit end scene. It's pretty good. Doesn't show a lot, but it makes you interested to know that they may make a second one. And I think they would. I think this is good enough to make a second one. I would rate the. I'm not gonna rate it. I want to make sure you watch the video a little bit longer before I rate it. Does this movie have problems? Yes. It's a 2-hour long movie, which is okay. Because I didn't check my watch for the first 40 minutes. It's what I said. I was just curious and realized 40 minutes went by. I think they did good. This is how I would have to say they should have done Ghostbusters. You know, the 2017, was it 20? Yeah, the one with the McCarthy. This is the way they should have done Jim and the Holograms. Oh god, that fucking movie that sucked. I'll do a review of that in a little bit in the future. That's gonna be quite a review. This is how that should. This should prove to people that Hollywood, if you put the effort into it, you can make a good fucking movie. At first, I have to say the ones that bug me, and the one thing I always liked about the original show was the old style. Growing up in the 80s, I always liked the Godzilla movies and the shows where you had they got the big giant robots or big monsters in the costumes. Those kid shows and stuff like that. That's kind of why I did like a couple of the early seasons of Power Rangers. Just for that, I didn't give a fuck about the human characters. Really, I cared about the big robot fights. Just like I like a lot of space battles. Sometimes I don't like the show for the characters. I like the space battles. Anyway, so I usually like the machine part of the big monsters. So I was a bit disappointed in the way the Zords were looking. And then I got to see them in the movie. Mainly with the Mastodon was my biggest gripe. I got everything. The others were okay. Actually, but the Mastodon, why the fuck would you give it 8 legs? It makes it look like a fucking big beetle. It's not a fucking beetle. It's a Mastodon. It's a big ass elephant. You didn't give it the big long ass trunk. You made the big trunk into a gun, but you didn't need making a big gun because it tusks with 2 other guns. I mean, okay, make the big trunk into a gun, but you could have done a lot of things. You could have articulated it. You could make a big slap happy hose. You know, and some other stuff in the action you could have done. Maybe it was 6 legs. Yeah, it was 8 legs. But yeah, that was my main gripe of the Zords. During the trailers, I did not like the way the new Megazord looked. But watching the movie, yeah, it kind of grew on me. That was another... watching the new Megazord kind of gave okay credence to the way the Zords looked. I still hate the fucking Mastodon, though. Wasn't a big fan of the way the Galdor looked, but he kind of fit as an alien. But God, Rita Repulsa was good. Jeez. They made her pretty good. I'm trying not to give away too many spoilers here. Anyway, they did good. If you've seen the trailers, you see a lot of the story. I would go see it. I will give this an 8.5 out of 10. Go see it if you're a good action fan, if you like a good story. I would recommend go seeing it. Now, since that part's done, I'm now going into some spoilers. So this is the spoiler section. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Okay, here's the spoilers. I like the way it started off when they show Jason basically putting a cow in the locker room. And then he gets chased by the cops and wrecks. And it basically throws away his football career. He's basically the quarterback and throws away his career when he gets in an accident because he gets detention. And he screws up his knee. Then detention, of course, you meet everybody. And they made it a bit of a nice little slow roll to know everyone. Then they meet the ship, they meet Zordon. Alpha 5 was pretty good. A lot of people said they didn't like the way Alpha 5 was acting. I didn't really have a problem with Alpha 5 in this movie. Actually, it's pretty good. I like in my opinion, this version of Alpha 5 was way better than in the television series. God, the one in the television series was really annoying. Zordon was not as good as he was in the series. I mean, he was acting pretty good, but I mean, he had a little bit of a mean streak in him. He had a dark side streak in him. You get to see the pre-Power Rangers, at least 2 of them. You find out that Zordon was the original Red Ranger. That was pretty good. And because you see him and the Yellow Ranger in their last fight with Rita, who is the Green Ranger. That was a good, awesome twist. Because he was, so she was the original Green Ranger of their group, and she went bad, and that's how she wound up surviving with the power coin. Yeah, very good. They worked good on the story. I was amazed. I like how they gave Billy a little quirks. They was a little weird. That was nice. Guy played it pretty good. I liked how they have Trini kind of portray like she might be a lesbian, but she's not really, doesn't admit to really that she's a lesbian. She didn't quite admit to it. Which I wouldn't have had a problem. They could have just came out and said she was. I mean, they kind of hinted that she was, but she never really quite admits that she is. I don't think there's a problem with it. Let her be gay. There's no problem with that. Zach has a sick mother that he takes care of. So that's pretty good. Their action scenes were pretty good. The Zord action scene taking on Goldar was pretty good. I like the fact that they gave Kimberly more to do with her Zord. Every Zord had a bit to do, except for maybe the Saber-Tooth Tiger Zord. It was not shown prominently a whole lot. But they would use Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, would use the Pterodactyl Zord, would pick up the other Zords if they were in trouble. Like she picked up the Triceratops and dropped them on Goldar. Picked up the top of the T-Rex when he was getting his ass beat and picks him back up so he could blaze away with his cannon. You know, showing that they could, you know, use good tricks. And that's pretty good. The Power Ranger suit, or armor as I called it, it could have been a little bit better. I didn't. And the reason I say this is they seem to suffer the same design flaw as, say, the Green Lantern suit did in Green Lantern. You know, they had the little power center. You could kind of see like the must have been like the morphing grid in the universe. You know, that sometimes the lights would flare out. To me, that symbolizes, okay, I want to hit there from a bad guy. Okay, I'm gonna say if I can crack that, maybe I'll take out their power source. That's just basically a big, hey, hit me right fucking here. That was my main complaint of their armor. Any armor, not just theirs. That was my main gripe about the Green Lantern suit. Because his power doesn't come from the middle of the chest. The power came from Green Lantern's ring. Sorry, got off subject there. Rita did pretty good. She went from old to younger. Proves she's a sorceress. It's pretty funny. Despite the action, it's pretty funny. Pretty mellow. Gave a dark side to the reason Zordon actually wanted the guys to morph. But they resolved that. The way they combined the Zords was kind of a cop-out. Didn't get the merging scene like you would in the series. That's a complaint of mine that I had. Was the merging sequence. But like I said, these are just minor things that can be tweaked. You know, not some people will probably like it the way it is. My little quirks may not bother someone like you. You may some of the things that I like may bother you. That's why you'll probably see a lot of reviews from other people. And I recommend you do watch a lot of reviews. That's what we're on here for. I like how they said, "Oh, the Zeo crystals in the Krispy Kreme." When they're searching for the crystals, it's in the Krispy Kreme, and everyone thinks Billy's joking because he finds where it says, and he goes, "It's in the Krispy Kreme." He's okay, Billy. She fell for it. Let's go find the real crystal. We gotta go to the Krispy Kreme. What? Wait a minute. No, it's in the Krispy Kreme. It was good. They don't just morph by saying it's morphing time, and he does throw that in there. But they just don't morph, they have to earn it, which I think was a better thing to do, make them earn the armor. I like that they got their asses kicked in training by the holographic putties. I like that they tried to come together as a team, and I like that Rita didn't go after the more famous Rangers. She goes after the Yellow Ranger. She seems to have a beef with the fucking Yellow Ranger, no matter who it is. So it was pretty good. I enjoy it. I think you would enjoy it too. I think it will be a good top Beauty and the Beast. Probably, I would be surprised if it does. It may not. Would it beat Kong? Maybe not. I would give it a good second or third possible opening in place. I could be surprised. Just because of the better following of Beauty and the Beast. That'd be the only reason. I think if Beauty and the Beast wasn't out, I think this could take a top spot. But we'll see. I could be wrong. It could be a good second or third placer. Oh, in the mid-credit scene, you get to hear him call out Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, but they don't show him. They show an empty desk with the green jacket, and then they show an empty hallway. And of course, there's a bit of a funny in there. I didn't know if there's an end credit screen because I did leave after that because the people were wanting to clean up. So I did the polite thing and got up, even though last time I did that, screwed me because there was an extra credit scene, but that was on a Marvel movie. But yeah, it was a 2-hour movie, so it's kind of hard to give you all the good spoilers. Without spoiling it too much, they did a good job, is what I'm going to say. They did a good job with this movie. I think they will probably make a second one. It didn't disappoint. I'll give you that one. I'll give it. It did not disappoint. So, after having said that, I think I will end this little review. Go see it. Again, an 8.5 out of 10. It is not your, as you'd probably say now, it's not your father's Power Ranger. Oh, one thing I do want to say, one gripe I have, this doesn't have anything to do with the movie. It has something to do with the toy line. After I went there, I stopped by the Walmart. I had to stop and get you an item or two. I just happened to walk by the toy aisle, just because I wanted to see what they got out. And I was disappointed in the toy line they have. Not the figures they have, but the Zords. And they call them Battle Zords. I'm not impressed with their quality. Now, as a collector, see, I collected the first couple series and a couple first shows. I collected the first few Zords, several Zords, because they're collector's items. So I collect them. I don't know if I would collect these. I might collect them just as a collector, but I'm not impressed with their quality look. And that's kind of a surprise for me to say that. There's another thing that kind of turned me off to the movie. Because I just now remember that I had seen him like a month or so back at one of the toys, and it was a cheaper looking toy at the time. I was impressed. Then they brought these out. I just seen these. This wasn't the same one, and it still looks kind of cheaply made. They also have Then and There collector series, where you've seen the original, like say Red Ranger, and now you see the modern Red Ranger, and they have one for each Ranger. Those sets look really nice. I would probably collect those for a collector. They also have a special collector set where they take a random Ranger from one of the other series and a random monster from that series. Put those together, and those look like they're a bit better quality, along with the other Then and There Now Rangers. Those are a bit better quality than the Battle Zords. And then went like $15 for the 4 Zords, and then like $30 for the Red Tyrannosaurus. And I don't see the $30 there. I'm sorry, I do not. Not in the quality. I mean, it could be totally wrong, and maybe as a collector, maybe, but no. But yeah. So go see the movie. I recommend it. Tell me what you think. Go see it, and then tell me what you think down below. How do you compare them? Do you like it as much as I said? You think it's as good? Let me know down in the comments. And then, of course, like, dislike, comment, and subscribe. to me in this video. You guys take care, and as always, I will see you all next time.